Aquesta és la bona música i els bons ritmes que avui ens acompanyaran en el món del temps de country amb Rafael Corbé. Anem a gaudir-los, vinga, som-hi! Anem a gaudir de peces musicals com les de Will Hodge, aquest cantant americà, compositor i músic de Nashville, Tennessee, on va néixer el 14 de novembre de 1972. Aquí escoltarem cançons del seu àlbum Modern American Protest Music, música de protesta americana moderna, com per exemple aquest primer tema que sentim, Will Hodge and Jesus Came to Tennessee. Us parla Rafael Corbé.
Knocked upon my front door, said, hey, Will, remember me? I said, oh, Lord, please forgive me, but I ain't real good with names, but your face looks real familiar. Wait a second, is it James? And he said, no. He said, it's Jesus, you know, the Son of God, and I didn't realize. I said, man, I'm sure sorry, and invited him inside. Offered him a sandwich, cause he was looking awful thin. And then I went and got nervous and said, so, Jesus, where you been? And he said, heaven. Well, I've been in heaven. And then I saw him looking at a picture from my wedding day of my wife and me and our 1-year-old son. I said, I guess that's not okay. He said, the truth is, all I care about is that you love and take care of your kids. Remember, I was born out of wedlock too, though some folks soon forget. They'd soon forget. We just sat there talking, watching the TV news. I asked him, Fox or CNN, he said, Will, I prefer the truth. I said, PBS, okay, my friend, and we both had a laugh. But with the stories they kept showing, he started looking pretty sad. It was all war and death and hatred, poverty and greed. He said the rich folks and politicians are sure starting to get to me. What part of love your neighbor is so hard to understand? I said, don't take it too hard, Jesus. Let's just take a drive, my man. Take a drive, my man. Hopped into my 04 and went out for a spin. Drove past the military funeral where we saw these angry men with signs that said that God hates fags. Jesus said, let me out. Walked up to him all calm and cool, and I heard one man shout, get out of here, you goddamn hippie, I can't wait for you to die. And Jesus said, I already did, and then smiled and waved goodbye. Got in and said, Daddy doesn't hate nobody, that's an awful thing to say. Plus Daddy knows what he's doing, he's the one that made him gay. God made him gay. I went back to driving, and then I saw him shed a tear. He said, y'all sure have made a mess of all the things that we gave you down here. All this war and global warming, no help for the sick or the poor. I guess Daddy and I should just pull the plug, y'all ain't worth it anymore. I said, whoa, Jesus, take it easy. I gotta pick my 2 sons up at 3, and if it's gonna be Armageddon, I think I'd like to have them here with me. He said, okay then, let's go get them. And then he turned up the radio, and we sang along to old Merle Haggard songs as we rode on down the road. Mama tried, oh, Mama tried. Pulled up to the playground, and Jesus said, looky there. All the kids were running around laughing. There were smiles everywhere. The white, the black, the Chinese, the short, the fat, the tall, Christians, Muslims, Jews, and atheists having themselves a ball. Jesus smiled and said, well, maybe there's hope for you folks yet. Learn a lesson from your children and try not to forget. And I'll call off this doomsday into the world, and I can go back home. It gets wild when I leave Daddy and John Lennon up there all alone. Oh, yeah. I said, okay, Jesus, thanks for hanging. See you another time. And just like that, he was gone, and everything seemed fine. I yelled, one more thing, Jesus, could you help me ride some heads? And in a big voice he said that I will if you quit right months alone, just talking to a girl on the telephone, minding his business, not doing nothing wrong. But then George Zimmerman had to come along. Self-appointed wannabe policeman with a 911 call, then a pistol in his hand. Oh, cherry, I'd swing low, come to take another young angel home. Underneath that February moon, another young brother gone away too soon. George tells the cops the kid's on drugs, but what he really wants to say is black kids are thugs. The dispatcher says not to make no stand, but he's gonna take matters into his own hands. Trayvon tells the girl that there's some guy that's following him round and he don't know why. She says to hang up the phone and run, but the next thing you hear is the ringing of a gun. Neighbors call the cops cause they hear screams. Another black child that never gets out of his teens. Zimmerman claims that it was self-defense, so police chief Lee just ignored the evidence. Oh, cherry, I'd swing low, come to take another young angel home. Underneath that February moon, another young brother gone away too soon. So Zimmerman goes free and the country cries, cause we're still shackled by the hatred and the lies. Now we gotta stick together to see justice done. March out of the darkness to the rise of the sun. Oh, Jerry, I'd swing low, come to take another young angel home. Underneath that February moon, another young brother gone away too soon. Oh, Jerry, I'd swing low, come to take another young angel home. Underneath that February moon, another young brother gone away too soon.
Segon. Aquesta és la música de Will Hodge, ens acompanya en el moment de començar en el dia d'avui el nostre espai. És la música que ens aporten amb aquest country, música alternativa, Americana Music, que ens ofereix amb Ballad of Trayvon Martin, que és un altre dels temes que recomanem des d'aquest Modern American Protestant Music. Així sona el disc que us hem portat. Volem escoltar una tercera cançó i ja acomiadarà aquest àlbum. És la peça anomenada When Do I Get to Come Home?
Signed up 9 years ago, what else could I do? A punk kid from the greatest land with everything through. I didn't want nobody to crush these dreams of yours and mine. I got a haircut and a uniform, just signed there on the dotted line. Sign the dotted line. Ship me off for the first time, Mama said, son, come home soon. Ship me off the next time, my wife said the baby will be due in June. I came back for a third time with my second kid on the way. Now I'm still here in this goddamn sand, and that boy turns 1 today. How much cheaper does the gasoline have to be? How many more people do I have to see set free? I'll do whatever it takes, you see. Somebody please please tell me, when do I get to come home? Oh, the white guy sent me over, the black guy said he'd bring me home. The puppets talking on TV, arguing about the right and wrong. I'm sure it's fun to talk about when your workday ends at 5. But me and my boys work day don't end unless we make it back home alive. How much cheaper does the gasoline have to be? How many more people do I have to see set free? I'll do whatever it takes, you see. But somebody please, won't you please tell me, where do I get to come home? Until the Germans all gave in. Daddy went to Vietnam and gave on to Ho Chi Minh. I got aches and pains in every bone I got, and I just take it on the chin. Cause I'm back here for a fourth time, wondering what it's gonna take to win. Oh, how much cheaper does the gasoline have to be? How many more people do I have to see set free? Do whatever it takes, you see. Somebody please, won't you please tell me, where do I get to come home? Where do I get to come home?
Així ens ha acompanyat amb aquest àlbum publicat el 2012, aquest bon personatge, conegut com Will Hodge, en el qual doncs, eleva la seva protesta en uns moments difícils també amb el seu país, amb una temporada política que estava en plena efervescència. Va publicar aquest EP de 7 cançons anomenat Modern American Protest Music, música que ens parla de molts temes polítics, religiosos i sobretot també personals. Escoltarem a continuació a David Klein, ens portarà la cançó anomenada I Think I'm a Cowboy Now. Això és el Temps de Country amb Rafael Corbí.
Now, I know I ain't getting any younger, I told my wife, and I've always wanted to experience a cowboy's life. So there's one thing I'm gonna do before I'm too old to ride. Yep, I'm gonna go on a real cattle drive. So I bought a 10-gallon hat and a real pretty wild rag, a pair of cowboy boots, and some fancy saddlebags. I got me a pair of spurs and leather chaps with bat wings, and I learned a cowboy song so I could ride and sing. I know these fancy duds might be a little bit loud, but I'm on my way to be a cowboy now. First day at the ranch, trail boss said, "Here's you a real gentle horse." Well, he tried to throw me during my first riding course, but I was glued to that saddle and hanging on for dear life. And when he finally settled down, I thought, wahoo, what a ride. Now me and that old horse, we started pushing cows. I really do believe he thinks I'm a cowboy now. I was successful at roping a cow. It made all kinds of sounds. Next thing I knew, my face was buried in the dusty ground. The trail boss said, "Why, you're supposed to dally when you rope a cow." Well, mister, did you really think you're a cowboy now? After that, I took off my clothes to wash up in a cold, cold river. Yep, you guessed it. I had those uncontrollable shivers. Why, I even slept on the ground in the rain, the sleet, and the ice, because I was told that's the way of a cowboy's life. I fell in love with the horse and had fun pushing cows. With aching joints and saddle sores, I think I'm a cowboy now. Yep, I'm a cowboy now. Ain't no doubt about it.
Hem escoltat Davy Klein amb aquesta cançó que ens aportava I Think I'm a Cowboy Now. Va ser una de les dels senzills que va publicar anys enrere i que avui recollim de manera independent amb el nostre programa. És un cantant de música independent, de música country, i ens acompanyava en el dia d'avui amb el nostre espai. D'ell en volem recuperar també una segona cançó. Si aquesta, I Think I'm a Cowboy Now, pertanyia amb el seu àlbum anomenat Heart and Soul, des de l'àlbum Big Slick, publicat el 2009. Ell ens conduïa la cançó Lady Luck.
Everybody, I'm back again. I got some more money, so deal me in. Last time I played, I lost all I could lose. I left here singing the Bad Beat Blues. Well, it wasn't my fault losing that game. I'm telling y'all, Lady Luck was to blame. She proved to me if a dog is on the draw, she can give them what they need to win it all. Yeah, it's Lady Luck that can change the game. Lady Luck can bring fortune and fame. I'll make you a bet, she will deliver. She just don't know the who on the river. Yeah, she can be rude to a dude. What you did to me sure wasn't funny. She knows I really need to win some money, and I do believe she'll apologize with the monster pot, give the nut to me. Yeah, it's Lady Luck that can change the game. Lady Luck can bring fortune and fame. I'm a believer, she will deliver. You never know the who on the river. Yes, Lady Luck that can change the game. Lady Luck can bring fame or shame. You gotta be careful, she'll lead you on. She'll smile at you and then she's gone. She's gone. You gotta be careful, she'll lead you on. She'll smile at you and then she's gone.
She'll be long gone.
Yeah, buddy, that's one lady that is totally unpredictable.
Així hem escoltat amb el nostre espai David Klein, aquest cantant independent que ens aportava aquesta cançó. Maig de 1967, l'1 de maig, el dia del treball, va néixer Tim McGraw. Avui el recordem des del 2003 amb la seva cançó anomenada Teeny Dancer, un cantant que va néixer, que va créixer, millor dit diríem, amb una barreja que sentia de música country i de música negra. Es va empapar d'aquest tipus de música i la veritat és que això es nota en moltíssimes de les seves cançons. Teeny Dancer, 2003.
was a seamstress for the band. Pretty eye, high red smile, she'll marry a music man. Ballerina, you must have seen her dancing in the sand. And now she's in me, always with me, tiny dancer in my hand. Jesus freaks out in the street, handing tickets out for God. Turning back, she just laughs. The boulevard is not that bad. Piano man, he makes a stand in the auditorium, looking on. She sings a song. She knows the tune she hums. But oh, how it feels so real, lying here with no one near, only you. And you can hear me when I sing softly, slowly. Closer, tiny dancer, and count the headlights on the highway, and lay me down in the sheets of linen. You had a busy day today. A seamstress for the band. Pretty eye, high red smile. Yeah, she married a music man. Ballerina, you must have seen her when she was dancing in the sand. Now she's in me, always with me, tiny dancer in my hand. And hold me closer, tiny dancer, and count the headlights on the highway, and lay me down in the sheets of linen. You had a busy day today, and hold me closer, tiny dancer, and count the headlights on the highway, and lay me down in the sheets of linen. You had a busy day today.
Tiny Dancer, el senzill del 2003 de Tim McGraw. Aquell any, una de les cançons més importants, si no la més important, va ser el tema de Alan Jackson i Jimmy Buffett. Tot un número fantàstic amb aquesta cançó. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Sempre són les 5 de la tarda en algun lloc.
Sun is hot and that old clock is moving slow. mind. Workday passes like molasses in wintertime. But it's July, I'm getting paid by the hour and older by the minute. My boss just pushed me over the limit. I'd like to call him something, I think I'll just call it a day. Pour me something tall and strong, make it a hurricane before I go insane. It's only 12:30, but I don't care. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. This lunch break is gonna take all afternoon and half the night. Tomorrow morning I know there'll be hell to pay. Hey, but that's alright. I ain't had a day off now in over a year. My Jamaican vacation's gonna start right here. If the phone's for me, you can tell them I just sailed away. And pour me something tall and strong, make it a hurricane before I go insane. It's only 12:30, but I don't care. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. I could pay off my tab, pour myself in a cab and be back to work before 2. At a moment like this, I can't help but wonder, what would Jimmy Buffett do?
Funny you should ask, Alan. I'd say, pour me something tall and strong, make it a hurricane before I go insane. It's only 12:30, but I don't care. Pour me something tall and strong, make it a hurricane before I go insane. It's only 12:30, but I don't care.
He don't care. I don't care.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere. What time zone am I on? What country am I in?
It doesn't matter, it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
It's always on 5 in Margaritaville, come to think of it.
I heard that.
You've been there, haven't you?
Yes, sir.
I've seen your boat there.
I've been to Margaritaville a few times.
All right, well, that's good.
Stumble my way back.
Okay, well, we just want to make sure you can keep it between the navigational beacons.
Between the buoys, I got it.
All right, well, it's 5 o'clock. Let's go somewhere.
I'm ready, crank it up.
Let's get out of here.
I'm gone.
Genial, la música d'Alan Jackson i Jimmy Buffett, així els recordàvem, uns personatges increïbles amb aquest It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Seguim amb el nostre espai, portem ja mitja hora i encara ens en queda. Nice work if you can get it. Una de les icones més emblemàtiques del món de la música country, del moviment outlaw i de tot el que significa música tradicional americana. Willie Nelson continua enregistrant música. En això el 1933, per tant, imagineu-vos ja l'edat que té. El 26 de febrer de 2021 es publicava el seu enèsim àlbum anomenat That's Life, així és la vida. Avui l'escoltem en 3 de les cançons que en formen part. Nice work, if you can get it, I've got you, under my skin, i un clàssic, In the wee small hours of the morning.
Holding hands at midnight beneath a starry sky. Nice work if you can get it, and you can get it if you try. Strolling with the one girl, sighing sigh after sigh. Nice work if you can get it, and you can get it if you try. Just imagine someone waiting at the cottage door, where two hearts become one. Who could ask for anything more? Loving one who loves you, and then taking that vow. Nice work if you can get it, and if you get it, oh, won't you tell me how? Just imagine someone waiting at the cottage door, where two hearts become one. Who could ask for anything more? Loving one who loves you, and then taking that vow. Nice work if you can get it, and if you get it, oh, won't you tell me how? I've got you under my skin. I've got you deep in the heart of me, so deep in my heart that you're really a part of me. I've got you under my skin. I've tried so not to give in. I said to myself, this affair never will go so well. But why should I try to resist when, baby, I know so well that I've got you under my skin. I'd sacrifice anything, come what might, for the sake of having you near. In spite of a warning voice that comes in the night, it repeats in my ear. Don't you know, little fool, there ain't no way to win. Use your mentality, wake up to reality. But each time I do, just the thought of you makes me stop before I begin. And I've got you under my skin. Sacrifice anything, come what might, for the sake of having you near. In spite of a warning voice that comes in the night and repeats how he yells in my ear. Don't you know, you fool, there ain't no way to win. Why not use your mentality, wake up to reality. And each time I do, just the thought of you makes me stop before I begin. 'Cause I've got you under my skin. And I want you need you under my skin. In the wee small hours of the morning, while the whole wide world is fast asleep, you lie awake and think about the girl, and never ever think of counting sheep. When your lonely heart has learned its lesson, you'd be hers if only she would call. In the wee small hours of the morning, that's the time you miss her most of all. Lonely heart has learned its lesson, you'd be hers if only she would call. In the wee small hours of the morning, that's the time you miss her most of all.
So much heartache in the news today. Growing up in a world that just don't seem safe. Used to feel like it was so far away. Now my own backyard is even a scary place. It's so hard not to feel helpless, feel hopeless. That's when I look to you to be my guidance, to break the silence. You stood tall, never asked to shine, risked it all, put your life on the line when we needed you the most. Time stood still, life went on, kissed your kids goodbye, then you were gone, abandoned all for your post. A fallen hero. As I lay down my head, I'll say a prayer for the family you left behind, for my care. sacrifice for freedom just doesn't seem fair. It's so hard not to feel helpless, feel hopeless. That's when I look to you to be my guidance, to end the violence. You stood tall, never asked to shine, risked it all, put your life on the line when we needed you the most. Time stood still, life went on, kissed your kids goodbye, then you were gone, abandoned all for your post. A fallen hero. You stood tall, never asked to shine, and risked it all, put your life on the line. Time stood still, life went on, kissed your kids goodbye, and you were gone, abandoned all for your post. So much heartache in the news.
És una jove vocalista anomenada Michaela Lynn, nascuda el 2001 des de Nova Escòcia, al Canadà, i que ens acompanya amb la seva joventut i la seva música i la seva inseparable guitarra. Michaela Lynn va publicar el disc On a Dare and a Prayer el 2017. Avui l'hem volgut recordar també i escoltar amb aquesta cançó Fallen Hero, o, per exemple, també amb aquest That's Why I Love You.
I found you in a junk food aisle, an armful of sugar and a goofy smile, trying your best to act and look your age. And you had my full attention. It was not quite your intention, but you made me giggle when you stuttered out your name. You never seem to get it right, but you keep on trying, that's why I love you. You're kinda dumb and I'm so lucky. Shrunk my dress but you did the laundry, so I sure as hell can't complain. And your cooking ain't delicious, miss a few spots when you do the dishes. A good man is so hard to train. You never seem to get it right, but you keep on trying, that's why I love you. And I used to dream of the perfect man who always knew the right thing to say. Confident and smart, got it all together, but perfection is so boring. Hey, wouldn't you say? You keep on trying, that's why I love you. When you're old and your memory's gone, chasing teenagers off the lawn, telling those kids how hard it was in your day. Pains in your back and pains in your knees, always searching for your keys. Yeah, some things, they just never change. You never seem to get it right, but you keep on trying, that's why I love you. You might never get it right, but you keep on trying, that's why I love you. That's why I love you. That's why I love you. That's why I love you.
Excel·lent la música de la Michaela Lynn, amb aquesta cançó. I tal si recordem tot un clàssic? I ho farem amb les cançons de James Robert Wills, nascut el 1905 i mort el 1975, més conegut com el gran intèrpret del Western Swing, Bob Wills and his Texas Playboys, Faded Love.
As I look at the letters that you wrote to me, it's you that I am thinking of. As I read the lines that to me were so sweet, I remember our faded love.
I miss you, darling, more and more every day, as heaven would miss the stars above. With every heartbeat I still think of you and remember our faded love. I miss you, darling, more and more every day, as heaven would miss the stars above. With every heartbeat I still think of you and remember our faded love. And remember our faded love. Tonight in a bar alone I'm sitting, apart from the laughter and the cheer, while scenes from the past rise before me, just watching the bubbles in my beer. A vision of someone who loves me brings a long silent tear to my eye. And I know that my life's been a failure, just watching the bubbles in my beer. Here's them boys, Eldon, Tiny, and Leon. Come in, Joe. Yeah. I'm seeing the road travel, a road paved with heartaches and tears, and I'm seeing the past that I've wasted while watching the bubbles in my beer. As I think of the heart that I've broken and the golden chances that have passed me by, and the dreams that I've dreamed now are empty, just as empty as the bubbles in my beer. Corina, this is fare you well. So long, Corina, this is fare you well. When I get back, dear, you never can tell.
Així han estat la companyia de Bob Wills, que va tenir gent magnífica a les veus, com en Tommy Duncan amb el seu moment Father Love, Bubbles in My Beer i Corina, Corina, tres de les peces que n'hem recordat. Final d'aquesta hora del Temps de Country i ho farem amb la formació de The Good Tanias, un grup de música tradicional amb influències de folk, country i bluegrass de Vancouver, al Canadà. Ens porten dins el subgènere que elles van batejar també com country alternatiu o com a newgrass, aquest tema anomenat In My Time of Dying, del seu àlbum Chinatown, el 2003. Freddie Ford, Samantha Parton i Trish Klein ens aportaven les seves millors cançons.
Well, in my time of dying, I don't want nobody to mourn. All I want my friends to do, coming for my dying arms. So I can die easy. So I can die easy. So I can die easy. Jesus gonna make up my dying bed. Won't you meet me, Jesus, meet me? Won't you meet me in the middle of the air? And if these rings should fail me, Lord, won't you meet me with another pair? Won't you meet me, Jesus? Yeah.
my Jesus fight. I can read my Jesus. Jesus gonna make up my dying bed. And I'm going on down to the river, stick my soul up in the sand. I'm gonna shout my troubles over. Lord, I done made it to the promised land. Well,